Nurture Dreams has been created to empower, inspire, and motivate viewers with extraordinary stories of ordinary people. Come, join us to unfold the path breaking journey and watch how cherished dreams transform lives.
My guest for today is a visionary entrepreneur who has a clear goal to achieve. Moved by a farmer's suicide amid his close circle, he resolved to contribute something quantifiable to the society. His mission was to provide employment opportunities to farmers. Relentless research helped him realize the value of eco friendly bamboo, a fine product of nature, a perfect and safer substitute for the hazardous plastic. Mission translated into action, and every thinkable household item was manufactured with bamboo. Heading Bamboo India, he ensures the production from raw material to finished product happens in collaboration with farmers, thus ensuring a decent, consistent income to them. Deploying technology for bamboo processing and product development, the company offers a collection of unique yet versatile and innovative handcrafted products. With every purchase of their product, we automatically become an integral part of an innovative program for social change. In conversation with Mr. Yogesh Shinde, founder of Bamboo India. Namaste, sir. Very warm welcome to our show. Very happy to have you on our show. Thank you for coming, accepting our invite.
Yeah, thank you, Shubhashri. Thank you so much to having me here.
So, can you just tell us about your journey, initial days when you completed the education and started your corporate career? Can you just tell us about your early days?
Since 2002 to 2016, the all 14 years, I was working with various IT companies. The journey was very smooth, and it's like every common middleman's dream to travel across the globe.
So, having
Uh,
this, you would have traveled across the globe, and it was a very safe place to be there. What was your inspiration to do something different? Start your journey building something
Yeah,
different.
actually, yeah. So I understood. So normally, what happened? Everyone is having their own dream, right? From the school days, starting their own company, starting something new, contributing to the society. As you know, initially we never had sufficient money to start anything,
Okay.
and we really don't have that courage to start something new. But after serving around a good amount of time in India as well as abroad, getting a lots of knowledge, and then when I came every time during the vacation, I used to come back to India. So it is a very scary picture, like I used to see, like it is just like a complete transition from color picture to black and white picture, you can say. So when European road are broader, the cultural people are well set, 100% educational, everyone having car and very well shelter, very good looking people, very huge buildings. And when you landed to Mumbai and traveled to Mumbai to Pune, so these distance really scared me a lot in terms of emotionally, like, so why my country is not like this? So something like this, always everyone is having that same thought. So I was also having the same thought, but only one change I did, like I never restrict myself only till the thought. I made some action. So that is I think makes us a different from the other people. Like we not restricted ourselves only for the thought and blaming the government. We are also part of the government, we are also part of the society, and I think I should do a little bit contribution from my side. So that was the one reason to come back to India and starting something own.
What was that one particular incident which took a U-turn in your life? Any particular incident?
So we used to hear a lot of things about the farmer suicide in Maharashtra or across India, but I never felt so close to that issue. I know, I don't know why I'm not connected to those. But one day when I was in India and I heard the similar news, and that was one of my friends' uncle was there. He's a relative also for us. So we went to his home and saw the picture was very saddened. Like the kids were very small and the widow, and we contributed some money and give it to her. But when I came back to Germany again, so that things come continuously striking in my mind. Like if even if we give 10 lakh rupees or 15 lakh rupees, that will not solve their problem for life. If on the contrary, if we give them some job and that gives a 10,000 rupees salary per month, then the lady can survive for entire his life. So that is what the thought in my mind that time. So I thought, and during this entire my career, and while traveling across the globe, I saw lots of wooden handicraft products are imported from India or imported from China or other countries, especially bamboo. But I was not noticed that okay, it is a bamboo that time. And then when I came back to India and I started something working on the plastic waste solution or some kind of a farmer related activity, then bamboo came across very strongly as a potential product. And when I started studying, then I realized India is world's second largest bamboo growing country, and still we are importing. India is world largest bamboo importer. So that
Mhm.
was really shook me off. Like, okay, we are considering ourselves world's second largest bamboo growing country, and on the other hand, we are importing also. So why we are importing? So those things I started studying, and I left my job, and now it is more than 5 years now, and I'm happy what I'm doing right now.
So there you had a pillar like support in your family for taking this decision.
Yeah, actually, that was a very challenging for everyone. Like when you are earning around 2 lakhs per month, having a lavish lifestyle, your home EMI is going on, the kids' education is going on, and at the same time, you are thinking something out of the box, right?
Correct.
Even the bamboo, we are not a family, we don't have a family business, we don't have a, you can say, farming background. They supported me right from the day one because they are aware, like, okay, if my intention is clear, then things will fall in place. So this is my learning from life, lessons learning from life. Like if your intention is clear and if your vision is clear, then I don't think so. No one will stop you.
So you started Bamboo India, and what were the products in your mind? What you wanted to replace plastic. So how was the team built, and what was the idea behind? Just to replace plastic, or how did you design the product? How did you build your team?
Initially, when as I told you, I came across bamboo and I started experimenting bamboo. I met lots of experts in the market who is already working in the bamboo. And then I realized there are more than 1,800 known bamboo products available in the market. So I thought, okay, let's explore this opportunity because being world's second largest bamboo growing country, we have ample amount of bamboo available in every
Mhm.
part of India. And the second thing, I was in my mind right from the beginning that I don't want to make the same product which is already the Indian artisans are making, like furniture or wooden flooring tiles or art and craft or lamps, ladders. I want to do something which directly goes to every individual's home.
Mhm.
So that was my intention. And when I came across bamboo toothbrush, it was a eureka moment for me. Like I know this is the product. We can replace plastic, the raw material which we procure from the farmers directly. Because in India, there is nothing called as a commercial bamboo plantation. So
Mhm.
every farmer has their own small plantation, backyard of his house or the somewhere in the farm. So it is when we purchase bamboo from them or when a customer purchase bamboo products from Bamboo India. So more than 50% amount directly goes to the farmer because it's not a commercial crop. It's a crop which is they planted somewhere 10 years back, 15 years back, and now they started business. So as I said, so in India there is no commercial bamboo plantation available. So it is a good opportunity to reach out each and every individual farmer and give them a respected amount, respectful, a very dignified life. So the basic raw material is directly coming from the farmer. It's not from the factory. So when you buy any plastic products, you know that the plastic granules are a petroleum byproduct which come from the factory. But in our case, the raw material directly coming from the farmers, not only raw material, but even we do the initial process in the farm itself, so that bamboo plus some kind of their efforts we are paying to them. So in this way, this circular economy, as United Nations defines 17 goals of sustainable for 2030. So the circular economy is one of the major goal in that 17 goals. So in this way, we are doing the circular economy for these bamboo farmers.
Okay, that is great and something very unique about your products. Very happy to know, sir. And you would have faced a lot of hurdles when you took decision or when you started doing the business and when you entered the market. How did you handle the pressure or the stress involved in this?
Even though there is a pressure, we never took the pressure because for us it's a completely the empty slate, right? So you are writing your own rules, you are writing your own stories. So we never saw anyone as our competitor.
Hmm.
So in today also, if someone is selling bamboo toothbrush, so we always ask them, do you need any help from Bamboo India? Because we are last 4.5 years, we are experiencing lots of challenges to working with Indian bamboo and Indian business. So we really want to help people, no matter it's an entrepreneur or it's a core competitor or it's a consumer. Every single product comes to the market will replace one similar kind of a plastic product. So we are happy for that. So in this way, and Indian bamboo toothbrush market or the plastic toothbrush market is more than 5,000 crores per year. And even if you make a dent of maybe 5% in the down the line 3 years or 4 years, so it will be huge amount, and this huge amount will be circulated within India, within farmers, within local entrepreneurs, within local distributors. Competing with the multinational is a huge challenge, but if people understood this difference, buying a product from any local company, it will help the money rotation within a country. We need to support our local. That's why this Atmanirbhar Bharat and the Make in India initiative comes. Being a employee of some other company, I never understood the gravity of this mission, but now I'm on the ground. I can feel the pressure. I can see the main force why this mission really required. Because ideally it should come from within, but it is not coming from within. That's why government has to implement this policy.
Was convincing farmers a difficult task initially when you started to buy the products from them, convincing them to sell the products directly to you?
Actually, in India, the most innocent the community is farmer. So they never understood business. This is
Hmm.
my understanding.
Hmm.
Okay, if you really goes to if you tell the benefits, if you demonstrate some to them, okay, this is your raw material and this is the real product, then they start getting interest from
So
this.
you should
So
give them the clear
when
milestone.
yeah, clear milestone. Even they don't understand milestone. What we did in World Bamboo Day, which comes 18th of September. So we arranged a exhibition in one of the school and put all the products. All I have more than 200 bamboo products,
Mhm.
like bamboo watch, bamboo comb, bamboo bicycle, everything I put over there, and I invited all the villagers and the school kids to watch the exhibition. And when they saw their bamboo is can be converted into this meaningful product,
Mm.
Now then, I started getting the very positive response
Yeah, they're able
from
to
those people.
visually see them in front of them.
Exactly. So when I saw this product, I arranged those products for these farmers. They really feel excited now. uh, Indirectly, I did the seeding in their kids mind.
Mm.
Even they are in the fourth standard or fifth standard, now they will understand the value of their crop, because unless and until they are not able to understand the value of their crop, they will not make a justice of their crop. So this is what I believe. If you encourage farmers, give them a platform to cultivate bamboo, to do the raw pre-processing at their end initially, then the bamboo is a modern solution for to remove the poverty of the current farmers.
What would you like to advise uh, young people who want to have their own business or want to become an entrepreneur? Or, like you said, they don't have courage, or if they have courage, they don't have money. What would you like to give a piece of advice to such young people?
uh, I just want to tell them, whatever their idea, be honest with the idea, strict with the idea, try to convince first yourself. If you convince, then you try to convince with your the first line of first circle of your friends and family. If they are convinced, then they can convince anyone. If your intention is clear, then things will fall in place. This is what I feel.
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to have you in our channel. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching and appreciating these achievers. We encourage viewers to share their views with us and also share details of achievers in their midst who can be part of our show. If you like our content, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.